Hey everybody, Coach Jay here. Y'all know what I'm about to talk about. One Movement LLC. That's what I'm all about. I'm talking about Optimal Performance Institution. Yes, we have created an institution now to help us to talk about how to help you reach your maximum potential when it comes to performance. Every time you talk about performance, we automatically lean to athletes, and which we do support the athletes, or we go to the businessman, we go to the entrepreneur, we go to a kid trying to accept and associate itself to the schooling system. We talk about all the little fine tuning things that come about trying to get somebody to maximize their potential. And that's great. But I want to talk to you. Listen, performance can be seen in everything that you do. Everything that you can do can be highlighted in some form of performance. Yes. You know, it's not, it's just like a mother going in the kitchen and is cooking a dinner. She goes in there, she gets all the ingredients, and she puts it together and she cooks a meal, and we celebrate that it was good, or we critique it that it missed some flavors or stuff over there. So what does mother do? If she got a positive comment from you all, then she goes and tries to create another meal, trying a little things different, introduces something new to the family. But if it was negative feedback, too much salt, too much this, or lack thereof, then she goes back and she begins to review what she done and try to come with another way to try to bring that meal to us in a different way with a better taste or less of this or more of that, or add another ingredient or another product into that presentation. And they keep doing that until they find something that all of us like and all of us enjoy till we get that positive feedback. Well, is that not performance? Yes, it is. Because mother is sitting there and looking how she puts the meal together and she presents it to you all. And we receive it, and from that we give feedback. We criticize or critique the food to our liking and say, hey, based off in this, here's the feedback. Same thing with performance. This is what it's all about. It's about someone or you evaluating your current placement, and we're sitting back and seeing if you're meeting the objectives that you set out or your goals that you've set out when you began your quest to reach your maximized potential. It's easy for you to look at it from an athlete because you got a grading bar, because if they can shoot a free throw, a basketball player, and they go from missing making 1 out of 10 to making 7 out of 10, they have achieved a goal. Even if they made 2 out of 10, they have achieved something. That's the way of measurement. But it's hard to measure when you're looking at performance for yourself when you don't have a leverage such as a promotion or amount of sales or tasting and see or selling a product. Sometimes the performance that we look at is mental toughness, where you have to look at, I need to stay in the game at any means necessary. I need to make sure that my best effort goes forth in all that I do. And when I'm not at my best, I have to find an even platform to feel comfortable in as I go forth. See, every day you're not going to go out there and have your best game. There were days where things going to be a little shift. Mother's not always going to cook her best based off of what she's going through. The salesperson's not going to sell as many cars every week as he did last month. So if we look at mother who cooks dinner for us may cook the same meal 7 times, and 7 times have a different outcome. But they all can be good, but it can have a different taste. You know why? Because it depends on what mother is going through at the time when she's cooking the meal will have an outcome on the way the meal is presented. You have to understand that 95%, 95, and I'm saying it high, and maybe I lower it down to 90% of your performance is based off in how you approach it, how you're mentally in tune with not only the situation that you're facing, but your body and soul with the willingness to perform when called upon. Many athletes and many professionals and entrepreneurs and business owners and all who are trying to achieve a certain goal struggle because they don't bring their mind into the game. You ever heard that saying, get your mind in the game, get your mind in the game? They say that, but I don't believe they truly understand what they're saying. And it's the greatest fact ever written. Getting your mind in the game is saying that you need to focus on what is set before you. Don't worry about everything on the outside. Don't worry about this person or that person. Don't worry about how the ball going to dribble if you're playing basketball, or how many sales you're going to sell. You want to get yourself in the game. Say, today, when I go out here, the best me is coming. The best me that I can present today, based off in how I am, how I'm feeling, where my body is what they're going to get. And I'm going to do my best to achieve whatever objectives I set before myself. If you're doing it, you're getting your mind in the game. You're starting the part of mental toughness. You're starting the part, of understanding that it's going to take a little bit more than you just separating from the atmosphere and the situations that you may face. It's going there and evaluating what today is going to bring about. Whatever goals and objectives that I made for the day, whatever is going to need it of my body, my mind, and my soul to come together in unity to achieve this goal, I got to make it happen. That's what we teach here at Optimal Performance Institution, or One Movement LLC. We teach you to hone in on your skill level by bringing your mental into it, where you can relax your mind, be able to process and look at things from different angles before you go out and decide to execute. Understand your goals, understand your objective, understand what your body is telling you, what your body needs, understand the skill level that needs to be in place in order for you to reach your daily objective. Yes, I can look at saying, I want to be the Michael Jordan, I want to be LeBron, I want to be anybody in the NBA, NFL, track star, you name it. I want to be the bestseller. I want to be an entrepreneur of the year. Whatever your objective is, or whatever target person that you have made your view on, or based your background on, or your approach to whatever achievement, you can do it, but you have to be real with yourself. And you can't look at the big game. We need short times objectives for now. And that's what we want to work on. We want to work on getting ourselves in alignment and in tune to understand the big goal is to achieve a certain level. But we have to be real with ourselves, and we have to put the work in that we understand we're going to put all the work we can in up to the point where we're doing everything we can, and where it relies on other people to do something, or other factors to come into place, we let that lie where it lies. But we're going to make sure that we are where we need to be. And that means that we have to sit down and get our mind in the game. We have to get our mind in the game. And you see me keep doing this with my hands, because we have to take from here and let it begin to disperse through our body and getting us in tune. That's why yoga and stretching exercise are so good, because it calms you down and let your heart begin to talk in a rhythm that your mind can link with. And it brings you to a place of peace, because as you're stretching, the harmony that is released from your mind through your heart, through the bloodline, to your hands, is beginning to smooth out, bring everything together, precept to precept, and you begin to slowly mellow yourself down. Then thoughts become easy. Approaches become a new adventure. That's what we're talking about. I mean, we could go into the yoga exercise, we could go into stretching activities, we can go to many other things, which we do. But we want to most of all have you to understand the importance of getting your mind in the game and setting daily objectives. We can have daily, we can have bi-weekly or weekly objectives, we can have monthly objectives, but we have to make sure these objectives are realistic. We can't sit there and be looking for things that are way out. Michael Jordan didn't make who he was in one day. LeBron didn't make it in one day. And all the other people who you may think that popped overnight didn't make it in one day. Even let's look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart didn't make it in one day, but he's one of the top comedians out there. But he had to put some work in. And he's steady putting the work in, trying to find a way to do better than he did the week before, the day before, the month before. Coming up with techniques and plans that help him stay in the game. What'd you say? Get your mind in the game. Keeping that mind focused, keeping that mind sharpened, to focus on what's needed. See, there's a lot of behind the scenes that go on that you don't know about until you get into that system. So listen, we're just gonna stop right there. We're gonna have some more coming in, but we just want to talk about getting your head in the game. And we're gonna talk a little better in part 2. So look forward to that. Take care.